And that all needs to be updated first of all. But I think too of something like on there, maybe a little icon with a hearing aid to show, hey, I have a hearing loss, and there's several other people that wear hearing aids in this group. And this is my specialty and talk about. But I think it might be kind of something kind of cute to have a little logo, just like the H&P logo, that purple and gold logo, saying that you're now member, outstanding member, and provide this amazing H&P classes and networking for us. But it's just something to think about too, that people can specialize their ability or disability. So just it's amazing to have a brainstorming at this point, and the amazing people that are coming together again with our international partners. So who knows, the future is wide open, and the more word we get out there, the more it's going to improve, because it's a sign for happy. So thank you, and thank you again, Kurt. Aloha. It's Marianne of Waikiki.
All right. Mahalo, Marianne. And so, Barbara, I want to bring you in here real quick. We're talking about our ADA celebration, celebrating 31 years of the Americans with Disabilities Act, coming up on Monday, July 26th. And we also have on Thursday, July 29th at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be running a happy networking group on Zoom that everybody around the world is welcome to join. I'm guessing, Barbara, that you have not gotten communications on the update with all of this. Is that right, or did you hear all about what we're doing the week of the 26th, Barbara?
There we go. Yeah, I should have. I thought, being perfectly honest, about all these disabilities, right? And I thought, I should be honest about watching somebody who was courting me, putting out all this energy, being so nice, and then going and talking with my dad. They were on the balcony, and he comes back, and I notice he's not treating me with the same sort of, respect, or, gifting me as much. And I'm asking, what did you and my dad talk about? And he said, oh, it's when you fell on your head when you were a baby. And, like the movie Happy Feet, where the dad's so upset that his son's just dancing and not singing because penguins are supposed to be singing. I think that there are so many people with different, what was called disabilities, and they want to express themselves, and they come to me. I was at a rainbow gathering, and here's this man in his 30s, and he's showing me, and I probably shared this before, a letter that he wrote to a lawyer saying, other people don't understand about how bright I am and what I can do. And possibly had a lawyer helped me get into a good university, I could be making his life and the life of so many other people so much better because of my abilities. But he grew up going to special classes. I was in a gifted class where this teacher was determined, she was going to bring out my potential instantly. And so I got to be what it was like in my time, being the stranger person in a class for people that were supposed to had high IQs. It was always interesting, and just feeling accepted, and feeling like the idea that you do have ability to share just has meant the world to me. And I want to share with Marianne, I've been with toddlers for the last couple of weeks, and I was watching this person talking to her child in sign, and she was saying that the phenomena of baby boys who have high IQs, and a lot of times they don't start talking right away, because it's so much more effective to just scream about something and get instant attention for what you want, what you want them to take off the table for you, or to lift you up so you could see. And she was saying that one of the gifts of teaching your baby sign is that you don't have that screaming. for what they want. They can communicate with sign and appreciate that and do that before what they were doing, as a really tiny baby, just crying for everything that they want or screaming for what they want. So I thought that was very, very important and very interesting because, when you hear these kids screaming for what they want, it's nerve wracking and it's hard on everybody in the environment. And it makes sense that the child would choose sign language, as they were working their way into language. So I wanted to share that. And I wanted to share that my study this week is looking at the disciplines that so many of us have taken on since our teen years, since our 20s, where some kind of either spiritual discipline or physical disciplines, and how we feel that's brought us to a more conscious place than maybe our parents were when they were our age, because they didn't have such wonderful tools to use to keep developing themselves with. And how we get to learn that who Mark Wahlberg and so many people, successful, how they're waking up at 4:30 and they're starting with their exercise and their diet. So you start to realize this is an exciting age that we're in, because we have so many people that are we have so many people that are evolving themselves. It's like, here was evolution. Here's what Darwin was talking about, evolution. And now we've come to humankind, who are the creatures that have the ability to evolve themselves consciously. And I thought that's definitely worth sharing and very interesting. So those were things that I was hoping to share on the World of Ability today. And I hope I've been articulate and audible and finding people to to comfort and to laugh with, because that's, if you want to stay young, find people that you can laugh with. And that's a local thing. That's not universal is tragedy, but laughing, that tends to be local. So as we get to know each other and trust each other's minds and hearts, humor becomes more of what we get to feel, and that's definitely healthy and healing. So on that note, I think I might be complete at this moment for now, and I hope I was understandable.
Yeah, fabulous, Barbara. Your Toastmaster skills are showing themselves. Yeah, it came through great. And yeah, I loved everything you said. I always appreciate everything you share, Barbara. And I have a lot of faith and trust that our audience appreciates your part of what we're doing here at the World of Ability. So, Emily, I want to call upon you a little bit. We always put into our programming a public service announcement on Onward and Upward, and alluding to the ally on the company side, the for-profit organization Prosperity Pathways, that is very resourceful to Onward and Upward. You want to do the honors, Emily, and share your role in all of this and what's going on at Onward and Upward and Prosperity Pathways? Emily, are you with us? Emily Gomer. So Emily, if you're there, chime in. Otherwise, Denise, I'll go back to you with everything you're hearing about the disability community and human relationships and just plain living life. And as you say, the opportunity to live creatively and with our connections at the Happy Neighborhood Project and ADA Celebration. What's bubbling up for you? What would you like to share next with our audience here at World of Ability?
Yeah, I actually wanted to acknowledge Barbara, and what an amazing story that you shared with us. It seems that as people with disabilities, we are always having to tell our story, and which is wonderful because it's a great way to bring awareness to others and educate others who may not really understand what we do and how we live. And matter of fact, another one of our co-hosts that I am so sorry I actually did not mention earlier, Maria Zaney. One of the things that she says, she's from the UK, and one of the things that she says is that disability is a full-time job. And it sure is, isn't it? Because we have, we juggle so many things. And, whether we're working or, whatever it is that we're doing, first and foremost is our disability. And one of the things that we always have to keep in mind is if we need to be at a place at 9 o'clock in the morning, for example, well, what time do we have to get up, to get ready, to get out, to get really just functioning, right? Like whatever a non-disabled person needs to do to get ready, they might just jump out of bed and boom, 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 go. But some of us, depending on the disability that we have, may take us longer. And what a great platform that we have here with World of Ability and Transform You Media Network, that, and just all of us collaborating together to show people that, hey, we're going to live life to the fullest. We're going to live creatively. It just might take us a minute or two to do that. So just kind of bear with us. And in the meantime, let me explain why. If you're interested in hearing all about it, I will take time and explain. Just let's eliminate the prejudgment, right? By communicating and bringing that awareness to people. So thank you, Barbara, for sharing that story.
Yeah, I'd like to just comment on that too, Denise. Can everybody hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. I'm just going to tell you some of the opportunities that I had over here and what great fun. But, I signed for a deaf man who had a service dog named Woofy, which is a white Pomeranian. So not only does he have to get the dog ready, take the dog outside, feed the dog, groom the dog, because that's his companion. And also, Woofy has, even though he's so small, he does have a job. He's been trained to jump at the door when someone's knocking. He's been trained if he drops his keys to pick them up and bring it to him. Um, and God rest Woofy's soul. So getting a service dog ready too is quite work, just like having a child, and then taking them out in public with you too. And Scott actually was gifted this dog from a family, and he took very good care. So those vet bills were paid, the hair grooming was paid, so he didn't have to worry about those things. But he had to take the vet. He had him take him to the vet and get his hair cut and all that stuff. So that's also time too that people should be aware about. And also, he purchased a stroller for him. So not only that, we put the dog in a stroller so that we could move faster around the island or on the bus. And it got great attention many, many times. I believe that dog got more attention than I did on